Shri Murugharajendra Shivayogi lived the larger life of love limitless and absolute. He loved all the things small and great, all things animate and inanimate, and the erring and unerring. His love for erring and the sinning was, however, more voluntary and more forcefully felt. The winning and winning of staying is harder feat and entails a free and unrestricted exercise of larger loves. His love for erring enthusiasm of a lad, even with the passage of a time, has lost the least of its original thrill. The wealth of a fruit tree tempting from over the compound wall of a Shivayogi's mutt excited and lad to brave the inaccessible premises of a mutt, and as he was about to hasten away with the spoils of his venture, the Shivayogi saw him, and the Earth West Victor lad was ordered to be brought back to the mud. There was a great excitement and consternation in the locality, and grave misgivings were heard expressed as the boy was forced back from the sheltering midst of his parents. The curious crowd was taken aback when the Shivayogi poured the choicest of his loves upon the trespassing youth and served him with a sugar to eat the fruit with, as it was too bitter. The Shivayogi's forgiving loves were overwhelming. The boy was forthwith cleansed of all the baser elements of his being, was passed out a fine product as from a refinery. Nor was the force of the incident least less telling upon the waiting crowd, who were helped to everlasting glimpses of his beauty of his life to stand them in a good stead during the remaining course of their pilgrimage. Religions in humility born of a highly developed sense of self esteem. It is not the humility that degrades the self, the beltless of self. It is not the humility carrying with it the feeling of littleness that turns unseeing eyes to the divinity of self clouded by the duality of world. It is the humility that by being little begins to be great and achieves greatness. It is the humility that teaches self respect by enjoying respect to the non self, the infinite self. It is the humility that lends the night perspective to view the self as finite set upon the road to be one with the infinite by a ceaseless surrender and obeisance of individual self. It is the humility that greatens the power to become what is respected and reserved. It is the humility that leads to a realization of self, and through such realization to a realization of a highest self by finding it in the objects of a ununiverse or the complete universe, its manifested forms.